Kim, what's that noise?
A thunderstorm. And it's coming.
Now we're heading to Lebic, near Rimouski. This is where we're going to spend our 3 next nights, and we'll have rain again. It's going to be very cold, and it's going to be more windy because we're going to be on the side of the St. Lawrence River. Still a lot of things to test, a lot of fun to have, and we're going to cook on the fire.
Yeah, I was about to say, and a lot of food to eat.
Yes.
See you there. C'est bon ça!
Nice thing, Chase.
It's cold, right? Yes. It's cold. That's what it is.
No, the clouds are very low today.
So the good thing is that we're not going to shoot with stars. So we're not going to...
But we have the choice. We can go the other side.
So we're saying we have the choice to go have a look on the other side to see if it looks better.
Maybe less windy?
I don't think so. If we stay here, the tide is getting lower, so maybe we'll have to go even deeper in to get some nice reflection.
Well, I think we'll still have the puddles like this right here.
Sure.
So let me try the composition. If you are about right there, yeah.
Here?
There.
It looks kind of a shrimp, but it's not a shrimp.
But what's the plan for tonight? We don't have a plan.
Fire and herbal tea. Maybe we should go have a look on the other side so we have time to come back if
Go.
ever. Okay, go.
Can we just test this composition over here?
Yeah.
I would probably do this at 85 millimeters, but I saw that rock and felt very interesting. Have space behind you?
Yeah, but you should come and see.
This is typical location scouting with my 16 to 35. I'm doing this because I'm gonna shoot later with either 18, 24 or 35, so I can test all of those lenses using this one. And that's the lens I'm usually working with when we're talking to the camera like this, because I can zoom in and out. But it's f4, so it's too dark for most of the shots we do later at night with light painting. So I could start the night with this one, but then I would have to change the lens during the shooting, and this is something I like to avoid. Usually I'm going to stick with 2 of the 3 prime lenses I have, and these days it's always 24 and 35. I love these 2 lenses. At f1.4 we can shoot very late and still get beautiful background. It's not starting well. Pink.
We've done that before.
Good. Look at the clouds. It's this thing over there. I don't know what to do with this. So foggy, so cold, so mysterious with Kim Henry. Just
Like 2?
yeah. Okay.
So we went to explore on the other side and we decided to come back here. Mainly, I think because the composition looked pretty tricky on the other side, and
And we're too far from the shore.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to walk a long way on the bay, I guess, because the tide is very low. And it would be really hard to, like, there's nowhere to put the bags and the tubes, so that would be very tricky.
Wet and stinky.
Yeah, wet and stinky, and this is not the last night, so we're coming back to the first spot where there are rocks, where we can put the tubes and all our stuff already, right?
Yeah, we're late. Trouve-nous un spot. Day number 2 at the Vic. It's cold, and I feel like we spent the whole day talking about failing, and yesterday was a failed night. So you saw that we went one side, the other side was not really good. It was very muddy, and when we started to walk in the mud, it didn't feel right. Something was wrong. As part of the things we do, like even if the conditions are super bad, we're always able to create something. But that's it, and the conditions are not looking better for tonight and tomorrow, so I feel like I always want more, but I'm stuck. Well, I want to do more. Maybe tonight is gonna be better. What?
Hello! Wow, c'est quoi ça, c'est gros?
Okay, this is something cool. You close that door, take the pouch, close up on the logo, close the other door. Yes.
Thanks to bring my bag. Looks very cool, but not very efficient. So we're coming here to see some seals. And I'm not gonna shoot unless I see.
She saw our first one today, but it was very far.
Yeah, it was shiny and it was doing like you know, those seal movements when they are just taking a sun bath, I guess. You know how graceful they are.
Oh, look at that. 2 black ones right there. I don't know. I'm the one supposed to know the name of the birds, but I'm too far. These are birds from the ocean. I don't know which one. That's looking good. Okay, stop. Conditions, slippery ground, cold wind, and a way too small tide pool. Little did we know that we would go back to this exact place 10 months later to try to improve this image. We knew we could get better conditions by going earlier in the season and also by having more time in our hands. Okay, short introduction about this video. Because I messed up.
Okay, take two. We have 2 minutes. Not even. The main reason why we decided to come back here, this is our third time in the area. We want to improve one of our images from our collection, our night reflection collection, which is the 1.3 that was made here. I'm going to do a voiceover of the text because it kind of fits very well with the theme of us actually being here and trying to improve with very subtle changes what we do. We did a bit of scouting. The conditions are very different from last time. It's more cloudy, so we're not going to get any stars. The tide is higher, so we're at high tide at this moment. Last time we were almost at low tide, so the landscape looks very different. So we're not at the exact same place, which is totally fun. So we have a few constraints. We wanted me to be in the same color, so I have pretty much the same kit as last time. We're gonna use the same tool. Probably we're gonna start by playing with the exact same shape, the deep flower, and I'm gonna do a very similar pose. And we need the framing to be, the light painting to be on the left side. Is that it?
Yeah.
We are not trying to recreate or replicate something we've done in the past, but we are trying to improve ourselves and our art with consistency and practice. As we were getting ready to go create the image to improve Night Reflection 1.3 from our collection, I went back to what I wrote about this image 10 months earlier. It was in perfect alignment with what we were about to do. Here's what I wrote. Curiosity and play allow the finding of exciting and new things within something we've been doing for a while. It usually comes from subtle changes and elements we learn while trying things out, allowing ourselves to make mistakes and messing things up a bit. This is the most recent image created in the Night Reflection collection. As Eric often says, I feel like we are still at the beginning of this journey. There's still so much to learn, so much to share, and so much to experience.
Wow, the conditions are much better this time, and our goal is clear, making the most of this magical location with very specific requirements. Adding these constraints helps us to narrow down the endless possibilities, but of course, there was this excitement about the idea of improving our previous work. It's warm, not too windy, and luck is on our side. This is the final image.
We stopped by Eric's parents before heading to our camping trip, and we were planning on having a no sugar vacation. That was a fail.